They say history is written by the victors. But what if there are some secrets that even they don't want you to know? From missing artifacts to mysterious maps, here are some of the most puzzling historical mysteries that time has not erased. Number 7. The Baghdad Battery. Imagine being able to prove that your favorite science fiction trope is actually rooted in reality. Well, that's exactly what some historians are attempting to do, thanks to this fascinating artifact known as the Baghdad Battery. Discovered in 1936 at the Al-Ubaid archaeological site in Iraq, this collection of ancient pottery was initially dismissed as nothing more than shards left behind by a long-forgotten civilization. However, archaeologists soon realized that these fragments contained something much more intriguing. Upon closer examination, they uncovered a small clay jar with two main components: a copper pot and an iron nail inserted into the neck of the container. But there was also evidence that the jar had once been filled with an acidic liquid like vinegar. So what exactly does this have to do with electricity? Well, when you combine a copper nail, iron rod, and a vinegar-like substance, you create a primitive battery. Could this be proof that the ancient Mesopotamians were harnessing the power of electricity thousands of years ago? Some believe that the jars were simply used for storing or transporting the ingredients for a simple battery. However, others claim that they were actually used as actual batteries, perhaps to power devices such as electrotherapy machines or even rudimentary electronics, whether they were created as a power source or simply as a storage vessel. The discovery of the Baghdad Battery raises more questions than it answers. How advanced were the ancient Mesopotamians, and what other technologies did they possess? While experts continue to debate the true purpose of these mysterious clay jars, one thing is clear: they could rewrite our understanding of ancient technology forever. Number 6. The Roman dodecahedron. Do you ever wonder what it would be like to stumble upon a mysterious artifact from the distant past while exploring an ancient ruin? Imagine hiking through a historic archaeological site in Europe, when suddenly you notice a strange object half buried in the dirt. It looks like a small, smooth stone, but upon closer inspection you realize it's perfectly symmetrical and has 12 faces. And as you turn it over in your hands, you notice a series of small holes that seem to line up perfectly. Intrigued, you take it home and begin researching, only to find that similar objects have been turning up all over the continent. What exactly is it, and what did it do? Welcome to the bizarre world of the Roman dodecahedron. These mysterious bronze objects have puzzled archaeologists since they were first discovered in the 1800s, with dozens found across Europe. The dodecahedrons are believed to date back to the Roman Empire, and are thought to have been mass-produced around the year 100 AD. Despite their seemingly random distribution, experts believe that they may have originated in a single location, such as a Roman city or military camp. However, this theory is challenged by the fact that each dodecahedron is unique and bears no markings or identifying features. So what were they used for? One popular theory suggests that the dodecahedrons were used as a measuring tool for surveying land or aligning buildings. Others believe that they were part of a complex game or gambling device. The most intriguing theory, however, is that they were used as a kind of kaleidoscope, with each face displaying a different image or design. This theory is supported by the fact that the holes in the dodecahedrons are perfectly aligned with the center of each face, suggesting that they were intended to be viewed through a central hole. Whatever their purpose may have been, the Roman dodecahedrons remain a fascinating mystery from the ancient world. Their mass production and widespread distribution suggest that they played an important role in Roman culture. And yet, after centuries of study, we still don't know exactly what that role was. 3. The Piri Reis Map. History buffs get ready to set sail on a journey through uncharted waters. We're diving into the murky depths of one of the most controversial maps ever discovered. The Piri Reis Map. Talk about a treasure worth unearthing. Crafted in 1513 by the Ottoman admiral, the map boasts detailed depictions of continents that will make your jaw drop. But hold on tight, because here's where things get really intriguing. The Piri Reis Map doesn't just show us the world as we know it today, it also gives us a glimpse of Antarctica, a continent that wasn't officially discovered until 1820. That's right. This map, drawn almost 3 centuries earlier, shows us the coastline of Antarctica, as if someone had already charted its icy shores. But wait, there's more. The map also shows Antarctica without any ice, which means that whoever drew it must have had access to highly accurate information about the continent's topography. Now brace yourself for some serious brain food. There are 2 prevailing theories to explain this perplexing puzzle. The first theory suggests that the mapmaker made a mistake, accidentally drawing Antarctica's coastline in the wrong place. However, considering the level of detail on the map, this theory seems a bit far-fetched. The second theory proposes that the mapmaker obtained his knowledge from ancient sources, such as Greek or Roman texts that described Antarctica. But if that's the case, why didn't he mention his sources? And how did these ancient texts manage to reach the Ottoman Empire? Unfortunately, we may never know the answer to these burning questions. All we can do is marvel at the mystery of the Piri Reis Map and contemplate the possibility that Antarctica was known to ancient civilizations long before it was officially discovered. Number 4. The missing Library of Alexandria. Imagine strolling through a bustling harbor city, surrounded by the sights and sounds of commerce and trade. You wander through the bustling streets, taking in the sights and sounds of daily life, until you come across a majestic building that seems out of place in the hustle and bustle. Intrigued, you step inside and are met with a sight that takes your breath away. Endless shelves lined with ancient texts and scrolls containing the accumulated knowledge of the ancient world. You've stumbled upon the legendary Library of Alexandria, treasure trove of human knowledge and one of the ancient world's greatest wonders. As you explore the library, you realize that you are surrounded by priceless artifacts, including copies of works by Homer, Plato, and Euclid. You couldn't help but feel a sense of awe and wonder at the sheer volume of knowledge contained within these ancient pages. Suddenly, the flames start to spread, quickly engulfing the entire library in a raging inferno. The sight is devastating as ancient texts and scrolls are consumed by the flames, reducing them to ashes. You watch in horror as centuries' worth of knowledge and culture go up in smoke. The great Library of Alexandria, one of the ancient world's greatest treasures, is destroyed, leaving you with a sense of loss and despair. Who destroyed the Library of Alexandria, and what knowledge did we lose forever? Historians have debated the cause of its destruction for centuries. Some blame Julius Caesar, who accidentally set fire to part of the library during a battle between the Roman and Egyptian navies. Others point to a later fire started by a Christian mob that resulted in the destruction of pagan texts. Still, others believe that the library was deliberately targeted by the Caliphate army due to its collection of anti-Islamic texts. Whatever the cause, the destruction of the Library of Alexandria represents a tragic loss of human knowledge. It's estimated that up to 450,000 texts were lost in the fires, representing a significant portion of the world's total knowledge at the time. Among the lost works were several that would shape the course of Western civilization, including copies of Euclid's Elements and Archimedes on the sphere and cylinder. The destruction of the Library of Alexandria serves as a reminder of the fragility of knowledge and the importance of preserving our cultural heritage. Number 3. The Oak Island Mystery. Nestled in the quaint town of Oakville in Nova Scotia, Canada lies a small island shrouded in mystery, known simply as Oak Island. This unassuming patch of land has been the subject of countless legends and speculations. Rumor has it that buried beneath its surface lies a hidden treasure of unimaginable value. For over 200 years, treasure hunters have descended upon the island, hoping to uncover the riches that are said to be hidden there. But they're not just looking for gold and jewels. The truth is that there are rumors of all sorts of mysterious artifacts and documents buried on the island. Some say that there's a lost Templar treasure, while others believe that the island holds the key to solving the mystery of Shakespeare's identity. But as you dig deeper into the island's history, you stumble upon a dark secret that threatens to put an end to your quest. The truth is that the island is cursed. Anyone who dares to disturb the treasure is said to be doomed to suffer a terrible fate. And as you feel the weight of this curse upon you, you must decide whether the risk is worth the reward. Will you continue your search for the buried treasure, or will you heed the warnings of those who came before you and leave the island untouched? Only you can decide. Number 2. The Tunguska Event. Imagine you're strolling through a lush green forest, enjoying the tranquility of nature, when suddenly the ground beneath your feet begins to tremble. As you look up, you see a bright light fill the sky, followed by a deafening explosion that seems to shake the very foundations of the earth. When the dust settles, you look around in disbelief. The once beautiful forest is now a scene of devastation. Trees are flattened, branches are snapped, and the air is filled with a thick, acrid smoke. You're in the middle of a disaster zone, but you're not sure what happened. What could have caused such widespread destruction? You soon learn that you in the area where an event known as the Tunguska event took place in 1908. In the remote forests of Siberia, a massive explosion leveled 80 million trees over an area of 830 square miles. But the cause of the blast remains a mystery. Theories range from a meteor to a nuclear weapon, but the true cause may be even stranger. Number 1. The Voynich manuscript. Imagine wandering through a musty old library, surrounded by towering shelves of ancient books. You come across a mysterious tome unlike any you've ever seen before. Its pages are filled with strange symbols and drawings of unknown plants and herbs. As you delve deeper into the book, you realize that it contains no words or sentences, just an intricate web of indecipherable writing. You're holding the infamous Voynich manuscript, a mysterious book that has baffled scholars and cryptographers for centuries, written sometime in the early 15th century. The book consists of over 200 pages filled with a unique alphabet and strange illustrations of plants and astronomical charts. Despite its age, the book's binding is surprisingly intact, leading many to believe that it was well cared for by its previous owners. But who wrote the book, and what was its purpose? One theory suggests that the book is a hoax, created by a clever forger looking to make a quick buck. Another theory proposes that the book contains a secret code, perhaps used by a secret society or a spy ring. The most intriguing theory, however, is that the book is the work of a madman, a brilliant but deranged scientist who used the book to document his bizarre experiments and observations. Whatever the truth may be, the Voynich manuscript remains one of the most enduring mysteries of the ancient world. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out more videos like this one. See you next time.